Hello everyone, it's the Canadian Futures Trader here. Welcome to the channel and welcome to the video.
Gotta get more followers.
Already, be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, get notified every time I put out a brand new video. Guys, today's video, something I've been meaning to do for a while. It's the weekend. I have lots of videos I actually want to record, but I kind of need the market to be open. So, guys, today, let's talk about the Ultrabond, UB, and the 30-year Treasury, ZB. As always, visit my website for all the latest, greatest in trader evaluation world deals, discounts, goings-ons. I keep it updated daily, hourly, and hey, I even have some other information if you're interested in brokerages, software, or occasionally I like to write an article or two. Guys, let's get to this. On my screen, you will see on the left the Ultrabond U.S. Treasury bond, on the right the U.S. Treasury bond, ZB on the right, UB on the left. I feel it's important, this is just me, to actually understand the products that we trade. Sure, you could jump in, you could trade order flow, you could trade the Ultrabond, the 30-year Treasury, look at supply and demand. You could do that for any product, but do you actually understand what it is you are trading? I suspect a lot of people don't actually know. Guys, we are looking at the CME Group's website, a terrific resource for all things futures trading related. As I mentioned, on the left, the Ultra U.S. Treasury bond, on the right, just the regular U.S. Treasury bond. Any product can be brought up here, and if you go to specs, you can learn all about the contract specifications. Before we scroll down to basically the main point that I want to make, guys, the Ultrabond and the Treasury bond are both 30-year bonds. I know your minds are blown. You're going to be up late at night thinking about this, but guys, they are the same bond. Where the big difference lies is the basket that they represent. So let's just go through them here. Let's just go through the site, and I'm going to kind of zip through this. So face value maturity, 100,000. You're going to see these be similar across the board. Points and fractions on par with the basis 100 points. I'm just going to go down the Ultrabonds, and if there's any differences on the 30-year, I'll point them out. They trade in 30 seconds. I mentioned that in a lot of my videos. So first point I want to make is, why is it that every tick is $31.25? Here is your answer. They trade in 30 seconds. Divide 1 by 32. Every tick, $31.25. The 30-year Treasury here on the right, which is ZB, same thing. Globex code UB, Globex code ZB, we know that. UB and ZB both trade in quarterly contracts. Again, something I feel like a lot of people may or may not know, different products trade in different contract increments. A lot of products trade on a month-by-month increment. Crude oil, great example. There is a contract for every single month. Treasuries, though, is on a quarterly contract. So as I record this, it's currently October 2021. We are trading the December contract. At some point in December, we will roll over and trade the March 2022 contract. It is a deliverable contract, as quite a few of them are. Treasury bonds, not as daunting, of course. For the most part, traders aren't holding this to delivery. If anything, myself included, we are just trading these in and out every day. We are flat at the end of the day, not holding it to delivery date. Trading terminates at 12:01 p.m. on the 7th business day prior to the last business day of the contract month. Important to know. You can kind of tell by the volume traded. It's really no mystery when the rollover happens. But sometimes you get caught, so always good to at least have some perspective on when rollover actually is. Again, I'm not going into the details of every single thing here. You know, I am not as worried about the CBOT 40 exchange rulebook, but what I did want to get to is, what is the Ultrabond and what is the 30-year bond? I just told you already, they're both 30-year bonds. What is the distinction? Guys, on the left, tells you right here, again, this is where I recommend the CME website. It will tell you basically all the information you need to know. U.S. Treasury bonds with a remaining term of maturity of not less than 25 years from the first day of the futures contract delivery month. blah, 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 blah. Let's take a look at the 30-year Treasury, ZB, U.S. Treasury bonds that have a remaining term of maturity, or to maturity, of no less than 15 years and no more than 25. Ultrabond is 25 years and more. 30-year bond is 15 to 25 years. Now, might get a little confusing. Again, these are both 30-year bonds. They are futures contracts on a same product. If it was sitting on your desk, it would be a 30-year bond. The difference is the Ultrabond is for 30-year bonds which have at least 25 years until maturity. It is currently, let's call it end of 2021. These are for contracts that are dated from 2047, 25 years from now and out. The 30-year Treasury, or ZB, is for those 30-year Treasury bonds that are from 2037 to 2047. Guys, it makes sense when you think about the activity in the 30-year, and again, I say the 30-year, but it's ZB, in the ZB contract and in the Ultrabond contract. Ultrabond tends to move a little bit more wild than the 30-year, the ZB. And a lot of that has to do with the yield curve and the time until maturity. A product which is closer to maturity isn't going to have as dramatic of swings because it's a little bit more predictable. Versus a product that is further out, a lot more can happen. The price swings are going to be all the more dramatic, and that is what we see in the Ultrabond. Now, I don't make it confusing because I often refer to the ZB as the 30-year bond, and that's technically what most people would call it. If you look on most websites, it is listed as the 30-year Treasury bond. So you just have to remember that the Ultrabond is also the 30-year bond. It's just for contracts that are dated even further out than 25 years. Guys, I don't know if that added more clarity or muddied the waters, but it at least gives you some perspective of the fact Ultrabond and Treasury bond are both on the 30-year. Treasury bond is a closer time until maturity than the Ultrabond, and that is part and parcel why the Ultrabond trades a little bit more hectic than the standard U.S. Treasury bond ZB. Otherwise, same product, basically exact same contract specs. I'm going to leave you with that bit of education. I'm sure it's not the most exciting video, but guys, wanted to document it, wanted to put it down. Some of you will finally be able to sleep at night understanding what the difference is between ZB and UB. I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Thank you.